Hello everyone, welcome to Ensk. Live folks, I am present in the Leo PGI with JDEG here. This is a game in which I'm going to cover a lot of things. We're going to attempt to show off with a lovely game that we have here. I had it on stream just earlier today actually, and I wanted to cover it quickly because it gives me a lot of potential. Like, there's a lot of things in this gameplay that I can really get my commentary focused on a particular part of the gameplay, and that's lovely. This is a game that will feed me to feed you information. Yeah, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, you're missing out on streams and stuff like this. Here we go. This is going to be majestic, Sir Colonel.
Yes.
Majestic, I tell you.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Shenanigans.
Let us help our E50 by ways of the Shenanigan Battalion. Oh!
Here we go. Oh wait, he's down there.
Oh dear! Nailed it! SPN, bitch! We got him! Shenanigans! So, I'll leave a link to Twitch in the description. Be sure to go and follow me on there so you can get notification when I am live. Right, so making a mental note of all the medium tanks that are present on the enemy team, which is what we always do at the start of all these games. I've talked about it before, how you should try and anticipate the engagement before it occurs. What are we looking at here? Well, we've got two tier 10 mediums, the 430 and the T62A. We've got two tier 9 mediums, the Leo PTA, myself, and JDEG in the M46 pattern. We've also got collateral damage in terms of the 416 and the IS-20. However, it does not look like they're around. Where are they? IS-20 is on the other flank, 416 may be somewhere back there, but in either case, he's not going to last long with the 416 being a more defensively orientated medium tank. We're thinking that, okay, it might be a bit of a difficult fight. Enemy 20 tier 9 mediums, backchat and object on 40. They've got 2 tier 8 mediums, but we'll probably be able to manage it. That's not exactly going to happen. Watch how this turns out, because it's going to prompt a pretty serious decision. You can see me trying to use what I thought was better gun depression over the side of the Leo PGA. And it makes sense, like, you get a better gun depression over the side in the RU-251, you get better gun depression over the side in the E50, but in the Leo PGA, something that I didn't find out until recently, two SBN guys helped me out before I made this video, this tank has 6 degrees of gun depression, and it has that anywhere, apart from over its ass, where it's like 2, or +2, or something like that. And in this game, you'll see me many a time trying to use more gun depression by turning my tank sideways, when really all I'm doing is showing them weaker armor. So, yeah, I'm a noob. Now, that is not an enticing prospect right there. And this, right now, we know what the enemy team are going to do. The enemy team are going to rush. They've got a bat shot. We're anticipating aggression instantly off the bat. With how quickly the enemy have taken this position, we know that they are going to rush forward. And so at this point, we have a few options. We can stay here and just let them descend upon us in a position like this when we're going to take a lot of damage. The enemy are probably going to focus fire and will most likely die. Or we can adapt the engagement. And this is the thing. What you're about to see is us turning the engagement on its head and making it into a multi-level engagement. And I did a whole concept review on multi-level engagements, which I'll put in the description, so go and check that out if you want to hear more about the concept that we're using here. Instantly, you see me turning my little German ass around and just whoop, 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 whoop. I'm going to get the bloody hell out of here before all of these guys dive bomb over. And my sense in this maneuver is not to abandon the guys on this flank. you know, go and watch the multi-level engagement video, because as you can see, I put myself in a position where I can keep myself safe, but I can still have a big impact in the engagement at hand. I'm not taking damage, I'm keeping myself in the game, but my gun is still putting out the same amount of damage that it would be if I were up there. And JDEG as well, we're still making an influence in this engagement. The pattern's gone down to JDEG. I get the 430, JDEG gets the T54. This is what you've got to do. We instantly, we saw that, switched up the engagement, and we turned it around. Turned what could have been an absolute nightmare for us, getting jumped on by a Batchat, into a controlled, dictated engagement, which was just fantastic play, if I do say so myself, and something that I really enjoyed seeing me and JDEG pull off. Alright, now this mod 1 is totally not paying attention, so there to aim my shot. Now, if you're noticing on the other flank, our town forces are not looking so good. It looks like they're all about to die, and we've got no TDs stationed at the back, around the E line, where that hill is, you see it back there, mainly because they decided to come with us, and we're grateful for that. I managed to bounce off the tongue of a Nipper Pattern, who is so excited about the concept of shooting me that he comes around the corner and gets shot in his face by a Jagdpanzer. So, not exactly the best decision there. And this 105mm gun on the Leo PTN is just... it's been letting me down recently, I must admit. I mean, this is a tank that I love. I really do like it, but its gun has just been trolling me lately. Just not pulling off those snapshots, not doing whatever. Now, I'm alarmed at this point. I'm looking at the west of the map and I'm just thinking they'll be in our base any second, which is why you see us mounting such aggression on the Leo PTA and bouncing off him somehow. And that's when I decide, okay, you know what, JDEG needs to clear that up with the Balsig. He's got the Knarven, he's got the Jagdpanzer, JDEG should have that. I need to get back and capitalise on our RT dying, capitalise on our Lerva dying. I need to see if I can use these advantages, these, I'm not trying to belittle them, but these pawns for the sake of winning the game. The RT at this point is a pawn to spot the enemy team. It was perhaps worth the sacrifice to be able to hit shots like that if the gun would actually hit them. Now, I'm hoping that the Lerva will actually spot. Now, how often do you rely on a tier 8 premium tank to spot for you? 112, 380. IS-3A, 350. IS-6, 350. Lerva, 400. 400 meters of view range on that tier 8 heavy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the best view range on any tier 8 heavy tank in the game. And it's a Lerva. The Lerva sucks! It's awful! It's so bad, and yet it has such amazing view range. So I'm just sat here like, okay, well that works out, gotta get some distance. And now you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm putting myself at a distance where I can control the engagement and I can make sure I don't get spotted, but I can still keep an eye on the cap circle. So let us see what we can do. Now, I know I'm unlikely to pen the IS-7 at this distance, so I open up on the flat side of the 50B, who just sidesteps at the perfect time. I'm going to go up from another one. JDEG is relocated back after our team had taken out the Leo PGA, and we lob one into the side of the tank of the 50B, and you see I'm reversing my tank up here so I can make a quick getaway. I don't want to get shot in the ass. There's a Grille 15 unlocated right now. We don't know whether he went back or advanced, so I can't stay on this control line for too long. I'm hoping to get that very shot right there. E5 exposes his drive wheel and the 76mm of side armor behind it. That was a very nice shot, one that I'm glad I did not miss. Now the E100 is putting cap push up. I don't know where the Grille 15 is. He hasn't made a kill. Me and JDEG are keeping an eye on the kill feed. If that Grille 15 kills anyone near that cap circle, we know exactly where he is. And there's the gun just not making the shots I need it to. And I'm diving down, and I go on the right side of the hill here, not there, because judging by Jadek's position, he's more likely to have shots on the right side of the bridge than on the left. As well as that, we've got this Borsig out in the open here. Same deal, he's more likely to be able to shoot the enemy there than if I go around the other side. So, thinking about my supporting fire, that affects where I position under these guys, and I'm just trying to bait. I mean, if they attack me, I'm going to get the first shot off, and definitely get the kill. Borsig, for some damn reason, fires HE at a 50B. 50B has the best hull armor on any tier 10 heavy tank frontally, of the 300mm effective in some places. And yeah, I mean that. The 50B, 170 on the front of the hull. Combined with the angle, it goes up to over 300mm at some points. Like, do not shoot a 50B in the hull. Don't do it. Well, shoot in the side, it's 30mm. But if it's front on at you, don't just think, oh, it's French. Believe me, it's got me killed multiple times before I knew about it. So, now we've got a situation. We've got two in their cap at this point. And the cap timers are almost equal. If there's 5 seconds between the cap times, it means that at the moment this game is going to be a draw. So, we're going to need one interrupt. Now, Jadek is stationed at the back here, and neither of us is capable of taking a shot from this E100. I mean, if he's using the 128mm gun, which is unlikely, most E100s do have the 15cm gun, but if he's taking the 128, you know, it's about a 50-50, if I can survive. But I don't want to risk it. Jadek is loading a high explosive shell because all we need is one interrupt on the guy in the cap circle at this point. So, I'm going to pop up to see what I can see. There he is. Now, this is a very important decision. I've got heat loaded to make sure I get a pen if I get a chance on this E100. There's an argument for me to have loaded HE, but it's a bit like now. Well, I'm going with heat. What can I say? I think, in hindsight, it's probably a poor decision, but I see him hiding behind the destructible cover there. I know that Jadek is firing HE shells, and I know that HE shells, or any kind of high explosive shell, like heat, like I'm firing, will not go through and hit tanks on the other side of destructible cover, much like what the E100 is hiding behind in the cap circle, right there. So, knowing that Jadek needs to clear out a shot, I take the cover out with my heat shell in the hope of clearing up the shot for Jadek, who does fire. Look at me trying to use the... I'm trying to use... And there's the interrupt. I'm trying to use more gun definition on my side. It doesn't have any walls. It doesn't. But that is a victory. And Jadek in possession almost of an Adley Waters medal. And of 99 base defense points. And a defender medal for that privilege. 99. That was literally 1 second in that shot. Jadek shot him, I think, somewhere around the tongue. He said he aimed for the gun mantlet and hoped to knock it out. Critical damage would have been enough to reset his cap there, which is what we did. What I loved about this game was the demonstration throughout it of awareness and response time. I mean, after a certain while, when you have the knowledge that you need of the why you need to do something. I mean, me and Jadek play together a lot. We're very experienced players. Generally, we know what's going on. We know what we're doing. And now it's just about recognizing that quicker. How can we make it better? How can we look at these tiny little kinks and make sure that we exterminate all these mistakes in our gameplay? Well, not the intentional mistakes, like jumping off bridges. Because we do that a lot. Come to my stream, see it. But yeah, it's about polishing, which I'm not going to lie, I'm proud to have got to a point where I feel like I'm polishing. I'm just working out the kinks. There's not much more that I feel I need to learn. I feel like I can work off my own knowledge and just work on doing what I do, but better. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice feeling, and one that I felt was demonstrated quite well in this game, especially with the quickness of that maneuver at the start. Gentlemen, hopefully you've enjoyed this gameplay. Let me know if you have. Twitch link in the description, also a link to the other video on multi-level engagements. Check it out, let me know what you think, and Farewell.
Put that one in! Steve, you son of a bitch!
Even if they do say bitches!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh me!